Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to Tech and Camera News for the week of April 11th. So the first bit of news is Canon just released some information that they have a new camera product coming out called the Canon R3. From what we can tell so far, this camera is going to sit somewhere between the Canon R5 and the 1DX Mark III. From the photos we've seen, it looks a lot like the 1DX Mark III. It does have the grip built in. We don't have a ton of information about this camera from Canon yet. We do know that it's going to have a stacked sensor, which is something that the Sony A9 was using in order to help speed up the process of the shutter in terms of focusing speed and overall performance. Now, where this is going to help most, it's going to help you get that 30 FPS continuous shooting when in electronic curtain mode, and it's going to fix some of the issues that the R5 has when you're doing high-speed burst shooting like that. You tend to get some kind of warping of some of the pictures at high speed. For example, if you're taking pictures of baseball, the baseball could be egg-shaped, the bat could have a bend to it, golf clubs could have bends to them, and it was something that Sony was able to fix by using this new stacked sensor type that Canon's also going to adopt. Now, another feature that's being implemented in the R3 is the eye control autofocus. Essentially, what this is going to let you do is move your autofocus point around based on where your eye is looking. For high-speed photo shooting, this could be extremely helpful, as you can constantly keep an eye on your subject and keep it in focus at all times. Now, I'm really curious to see how this turns out, as it was implemented in some of the older Canon cameras, I want to say back in the 90s for their film cameras, and with all the new improvements to technology as a whole, could end up being an extremely helpful feature for sports shooters, wildlife shooters, and things of that nature. Now, unfortunately, the information they didn't let us know was how many megapixels this camera is going to be, what type of video modes there's going to be, pricing, or anything like that. The fact that they said that they wanted it to sit between the R5 and the 1DX Mark III tells me that the camera is probably going to be somewhere between the $6,000 and $7,000 range. Now, along with this announcement, we also have 3 new lenses coming to the RF system for Canon. Now, the first of these 3 is going to be a 100mm macro lens with a 2.8 aperture, and it's going to be an L series lens, which is going to come in at about $1,400. The next 2 are going to be RF versions of already existing EF lenses, which is going to be a 400mm and a 600mm. The 400mm is going to be a 2.8L. The 600mm is going to be a 4.0L. Now, from what we can tell so far, the prices are going to be about $12,000 for the 400mm, $13,000 for the 600mm, and essentially they look like the EF Mark III versions of these lenses, with a Canon adapter kind of permanently attached to the end of them. More information about this new Canon R3, as well as the 3 upcoming lenses, should be released more within the near future. Now, next up is going to be Apple finally announcing that they have a event planned for April 20th of 2021. There's lots of rumors and speculations in regards to this event in terms of what's going to be released. A lot of people think that you're going to have the iPad Pro announced, which is over a year old at this point, so that one is more than likely. A new refresh on the iPad mini. And then the bigger rumors is that they're going to make announcements for the new iMac refreshes, as well as potential AirPod 3 and AirPod Pro 2 rumors, or release information. From what little news we've seen from Apple so far, it looks like whatever they're releasing is going to have a bunch of different color profiles, just from the verbiage on the literature for the event on April 20th. So that's going to wrap up this week's camera and tech news. Now, this is a segment I would like to do more in the future, just for tech and camera related news that fit this channel. And if you guys like it, please let me know in the description below. Give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. That way you can get alerts anytime I put out a new video. Now, with that being said, until next time.